Welcome to Quit to Win, the show where we explore the defining moments where people had to let go of limits, excuses, identity, or comfort zone in order to grow in something stronger. Our today's guest is Jay Satchell, entrepreneurs, marines, survivor of multiple life-threatening experience, and someone who has endured over 70 surgery and period of paralysis. Jay philosophy is built around resilience, responsibility, and grit. His life stories reflect a deep belief that success is not something given, it's something earned through discipline and persistence. His guiding principle is simple but powerful. If it is to be, it is up to me. It's really a pleasure and honor once again have you on the show, Jay.
Good morning. You doing
Yeah,
okay, Benaiah?
yeah,
Good to hear you. Good to hear
yeah,
your voice, my friend.
thank you so much, Jay. So, Jay, your philosophy strongly says it is always too soon to quit. So, in your view, what does quitting actually mean?
I it is always too soon to quit. It's always too soon to quit. Quitting to me means you just give up. You stop. You don't continue on trying in any direction or anything. You just kind of stop. You just don't do anything. Or you do something that's um non-productive, something maybe just sit back and watch television or or go sit on your front porch and just do nothing. Because, to me, not quitting means it doesn't necessarily mean you can't quit going that direction. You just instead of going this direction, you go this direction.
Yeah,
Just a little bit of a
a
change.
little.
And that little bit of a change, when you come to a road where you live, if the road goes off over here or goes straight, and it doesn't have to take much of a turn, in a half hour later, you end up in a whole different place. So you just need to choose. You need to choose if you want to continue with something, especially if it's going downhill,
Yeah.
something that's not working correctly, then you can kind of quit that, but don't quit it until you have a plan on what you want to
Yeah.
do to move
Mm.
ahead.
Yeah. Amazing. Don't quit until you have a plan to move ahead. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. So, Jay, with everything you have been through, surgery, paralysis, setback, what kept you from mentally giving up?
Stubbornness,
Oh, yeah.
just being stubbornness. I'm great. I have a lot of gratitude to God that I'm alive, and I know that if I'm alive, I want to keep moving. And
Mm.
the only way to keep moving a lot of times is not just faith in yourself and, if it is to be, it is up to me, but you
Mm.
have to be stubborn. You have to be,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to stop, and then you could maybe say to me, quit being so stubborn about that. Well, guess what? That's the way it is. It's just too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times it's just that it's a mindset that you're
Mm.
not gonna quit. And then people will say to you, Benaiah, maybe, "Oh, Benaiah, quit being so stubborn about that." Well, you're not being stubborn. You're just you have it in your head that you can accomplish that. You can make it work. And if you can't make it work, just make a little change, like I said before. But stubbornness, I think just I had a gentleman from Australia ask me the other day, what is one of the things that you find as a good trait that you have? And and that's I just said stubbornness
Mm.
because if you're it's like if you have an injury, and it hurts to work your let's say I don't know, you had surgery on your leg or you did something and it hurts a lot. I mean, it hurts enough when you're working it that you got a tear or two, but you're not gonna do pain pills, and you just keep working at it and working at it because the more you work it, the better it's gonna be, and the better it's gonna be, the stronger it gets. And what's driving you? It's because you're being stubborn about it. "I'm gonna do it." So,
Yeah.
hopefully Hopefully, I didn't beat that like a dead horse or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, that was really, really amazing. Yeah, stubbornness to actually stay true. A whole lot to really learn from it. So what is the difference between quitting and making a necessary adjustments in your word?
The difference between what and making necessary
Quitting,
adjustments?
quitting,
Quit. Oh, well,
or making necessary adjustments in your word.
that's easy to me. To me, that's easy. Quitting is you quit.
Yeah,
Making a
it is.
necessary adjustment is, um, let's suppose that you're driving down the road and you end up in a snowstorm or heavy rain or the road gets slick. You want to pull over to the side and just stop and quit driving? Just park your car or your pickup truck? Or do you want to keep going? You just slow down. You pay more attention. You're more careful about the other drivers. Just slow down. So that's the difference between just quitting and making adjustments. But that can apply to anything what you're doing. It's like, if you've got 10 podcasts you want to do today and you're running into some problems, technical problems, that doesn't mean you have to stop. Maybe you
Yeah.
can only maybe you only get 6 done instead of
Yes.
10. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jay. So Jay, you have lived by if it is up to me. How has that mindset shaped your decision making in hard moments?
I know that I can get help if I look at YouTube to find something,
Oh,
or if I, um, have a question, I can Google it or go to AI. I can search out help in a book. I've got a book over here that's an amazing book as well. Um, but no matter what you search out for help or what you do to learn what direction to go, to do all of those choices is up to you. It still falls back on you. You have to make the choice to say, "Hmm, I wonder how to make a meatloaf or I don't know what some favorite food you have over there, a hamburger. What's the best way to make a good hamburger?" Look it up on YouTube.
mm,
Or how to feed a baby or
yeah,
make a formula. There's a lot of stuff. Or read a book, and then just because that book and that work for that person, or if I give you some directions or instructions to do something, that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work for you. But if you can pull a little something out of it, just a little something out of what I told you, and then apply it, that's up to you to do that. So
yeah,
if it is to be, it is up to me. And I want to share this with you, Benaiah. Something my dad told me when I was a little boy.
yeah.
So 70 years ago. Okay. When you're trying to show somebody something how to do it, you can, and here's what it is. It says, tell me, I will hear, show me, and I will see, but
Hmm,
let me do it, and I will learn.
hmm,
So, I can tell you all day about something, or I can show you, but if I had let you go out and change your flat tire or change the oil in your car or do whatever, you've learned something now, because if you ever gone someplace with somebody in a car and, you're the passenger and you go through a town or a city or you go someplace and then maybe you need to drive back home, you don't know the route because you weren't paying attention. But if I let you do the driving to get where we're going, you're
yeah,
going to go, oh, I remember now.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
a different story.
yeah. This is really lovely. Yeah, show me, and I will see, and I will hear. Let me do
Yeah.
it, and I will learn. And I think
You
it's
need to
really
write
lovely.
that. You need to write that down.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is really lovely. The mindset you just make reference of is the fact that you see possibility in every difficulties, and the fact that even if the possibility does not seem to be obvious at the beginning of it. But just having this mindset that, yeah, here is the difficulties. Definitely, there's a possibility to solve this, and just that mind alone make it easier to get solution easily. Being that you're not beating about the bush, crying over this polemic, but you are looking at how do I get this thing done, other than more like beating myself over what has already happened. But now making use of uh yeah, what is currently in grind, and yeah, making lemon out of the lemonade. Lemonade. Yeah, making lemonade out of the lemon, other than beating around the bush and crying without even seeing, without even looking for what's possible with what is available. It's really amazing. Yeah,
If I've got my leg is cut open and I need stitches, at least it's not cut off.
yeah,
If it's broken, okay, it's broken, it will heal. It's
yeah,
like there's an old story. It says, sweat dries, s- perspiration,
yeah,
sweat dries, blood clots. If you're cut,
yeah,
it'll stop
yeah.
bleeding, blood clot, and broken bones heal. Suck
Mm,
it up. Suck it
yeah,
up because you
yeah.
just got to keep moving ahead. Nothing, you got to always remember, Benaiah, that nothing is permanent.
Mm,
You and I are on this earth for a very short time, not even the blink of an eye, and we're gone.
yeah, yeah.
We're gone.
Okay. Yeah, amazing.
And people don't realize that. It's like I spoke to a group of people here a couple of weeks ago on Monday, and they're seniors in high school. And I asked them, I said, how many out here, by a show of hands, raise your hand. Okay. How many, when you were in eighth grade, never thought you would get to 12th grade and be a senior and graduate high school? That it seemed like a long, that's
Yeah.
forever. That's a long time. And they all raised their hands. They all raised their hands. Then I said, okay, now by another show of hands, how many can look back and think, oh my gosh, time went so fast.
Yeah,
It's like it was just yesterday I was in eighth grade,
yeah,
and now I'm going to get out of
yeah,
high school.
yeah. So
Four
true.
years gone,
Yeah,
and they
so
all
true.
raised their hands. So I said, okay, here's the dilemma. Here's the dilemma. If
Mm,
you think the last 4 years went fast, going from eighth grade to high school, in the next 20 years, it's going to go faster
that's that. Yeah,
because the older you get, the faster time goes. So if you're 30 years old or 35, it doesn't matter. Before you know it, you're going to be 50 and you're going to look back and go, oh my God. I mean, I'm 76. I feel like
oh,
I'm still in high school. You know, I
yeah,
I'm still half crazy. I mean, I'm like, you know,
yeah,
it's like somebody asked me one day, how old did I feel? How old do I perceive myself? Because you're only as old as you think you are,
yeah,
really. I mean, you have that. I don't act like I'm 76. I don't think like I'm 76. I know some people that are 40 years old and they like, oh my gosh, darn, they're like dead. They
yeah.
they don't have any energy. And so I said, well, I feel like I'm probably about 18 to 22
Mm,
age-wise. Humor-wise, funny-wise, crazy-wise, I'm about 12. I'm crazy. But physically, I feel like I fought in wars 200 years ago because 'cause I'm so beat up and torn up.
yeah,
So I kinda have 3 different feelings, but, just keep moving ahead. But time in life has so much to offer you, Benaiah. One way or the other. Unfortunately, you're in a country that's got some major problems up on the north part with
yeah,
Christians, and it's terrible. It's terrible. But we have a lot of problems here in America as well. You have problems no matter where you go. There's no, you know, there's nothing out there that's perfect except going to heaven and
yeah,
being with the Lord.
yeah,
And as perfect as that is, I wanna put that time off and spend my time here on earth. enjoying some life and helping other people. And I
Yeah,
think the more people you help, like you're trying to do, the better person you become, and you learn more. Everybody you help, you learn something from what you've done.
yeah,
Not only did they learn something, but you learn something.
yeah,
Like what if you have if Benaiah, if you try to instruct me and show me and help me do something and 5 other people all the same thing, we're all gonna give a different amount of effort and think about it different from your instructions. But yet so you learn a little bit something from all of us.
yeah.
That's what it takes. So, a lot of times I will tell people, dream big, think huge, but take small steps to get there.
Mm, yeah, dream
The,
big. Yeah, but take
the
small
little
steps to
small
get there.
steps all add up.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so Che, what role does discipline play when motivation is gone?
Discipline and consistency are omnipotent. And that word omnipotent means all powerful.
Opa.
So, so you can have a great attitude and you need a good attitude. Attitude is everything. Or mindset. They call it mindset. It used to be attitude. Now they call it mindset. Is everything. But consistency and discipline. It's like if you commit to doing 20 push-ups every morning, okay, and you don't do it, you're lacking discipline because you aren't making yourself do it. But if you do it with and you let's say you miss a day, that means the next day you got to do 40. Okay. Now, if you do it consistently, though, all the time, what do? You keep building up. If you do 20 a day in a month, you just did 600. Okay. And in a year, you did 7,200 push ups. But if you don't stay consistent and use the discipline, and then if you do that using consistency and discipline, or vice versa, discipline and consistency, now all of a sudden you're going like, "Hey, I've done 3,000 push-ups. My attitude's good because my muscles are bigger, I'm stronger, I feel more healthy, my stomach's tighter, I just feel better." I can't do a push-up anymore. I mean, I've not been able to do
Yeah.
push-ups for years, but I would love to do them, So I just think that the role of discipline is you if you're not disciplined, then you're not going to follow that path that
Mm,
you need to follow. And that gets back to, if it is to be, it is up to me. That's a role of discipline and consistency and keep working at it.
yeah, amazing. Yeah, discipline, which make reference of consistency and working in that particular thing. Yeah, you're working on. Amazing, amazing.
Mhm.
Thank you. So G, what does winning means to you today after everything you have experienced? Yes.
I don't know that I look at anything as winning, unless you're playing. I don't. I think that I would rather place, for me, my adopted twins play little league, or play softball, baseball.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, last night my stepson won a ball game. Okay, he won the ball. They won the ball game. But I think that you and I are we can win, I guess, if we succeed. But
Yeah.
I don't look at the word winning. I think as being mature and being you take that word winning out and replace it with the word successful.
Yeah.
Replace it with the word of accomplishment. Replace it with the word um, satisfying. That you've
Yeah.
helped somebody be satisfied with your life, or satisfied that you've got a solid home with a roof over your head, or
Mm,
that you've accomplished something that maybe somebody else couldn't have done. Or even if they could have done it, you did it maybe a little better, or you did it the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you can accomplish what you have in your mind by taking small steps, you're winning. But I think you don't want to say to somebody, Benaiah, I don't think you want to say, "Hey, I won, I won, I won."
Yeah.
You sound like a kid, you know. But what you do is say, "Hey, I'm finished with that job. I accomplished it, and it met the standards, and it was successful."
Yeah.
That that
Amazing.
that that's winning in a different name.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. So lastly, Jay, you have lived through situation most people would call impossible. At what point in your life did you realize that your strengths wasn't something you needed to find, but something you were already living?
Oh, I believe that my strength probably came from the way I was raised as being a child. I was never given an easy road ever. I never got anything given to me. I had to work for everything. So, and when I was not a good boy, and I caused some crap when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I mean, when I'm 7 years old, my dad would take his belt out and spank my bare butt with it.
Yeah.
Now, did I say, I hate you? Probably. Did it hurt? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I do it again? No. You know, so I don't think I've ever thought anything is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing. You can accomplish it if you think you can, believe you can, and want to do it. But you've got to want to do it. So I don't think anything's impossible. And the strength that I've had in me to overcome those problems was instilled in me by my parents, by the way I lived my life, by the responsibilities that I had. So when you take a small calf, a small cow, okay, a calf, and you help feed that calf as a I mean, a week old calf, and then 3 months later it weighs 200 pounds now, okay, and you turn it in with the herd, you are watching like a cycle of life.
Yeah.
You're watching it get bigger. It's like if you've got children or you've got brothers and sisters and stuff. At one point, they were little and they wore diapers,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they get out of diapers and they start wearing pants. And then after a
Yeah.
while, they're coming in from working. So they keep growing. And if you look at it that way, nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
And I mean, at one point, you weren't as big as you are now. You were a
Yeah.
little guy,
Yeah.
Well, maybe you weren't that big, but you were you know? And so as you grew through life, you learned and you got stronger. And I don't mean stronger physically necessarily, but mentally, you got
Yeah.
smarter, you got stronger, you got more dedicated. So I I think that's where your strength comes from. Your strength is coming from you doing what you're doing now.
Yeah. So true. Amazing.
Okay? Because
Yeah.
every podcast you do, you're learning a little bit something else and you're helping somebody else learn. Aren't
Yeah.
you? When you do that, nothing's impossible, and you're
Yeah.
getting stronger all the time.
So much,
Okay.
Jill. This has really, really be amazing. So, Jill, from our audience who love to reach out, maybe with some couples of question, or they want to connect with you, how can they reach out and where's the best platform?
I've got a website that if they've got the internet, I've got a website called Never Quit Trying. Never quit trying. You can put that in your notes,
Yeah,
but
I will.
never quit trying. And if they go to the website, there's a little contact form down there, or my email is Jay at neverquittrying.com. But on the never quit trying, there's a little form down there.
Yes.
Okay, then there's a book. My book here is oh, this is it right here.
Yeah, the strengths within you.
The
Yeah, it's
strength within
always
you.
too soon
It's
to
it's
quit.
always too soon to quit.
Yeah.
And what that does, but if you can get this book and get it on Amazon, and I've got an Audible version you can listen to coming out pretty soon. It should be out within, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I hope,
All
or
right.
before.
Yeah.
But there's also an ebook version, which is less, and this one is, I don't know, about, uh, $15 American, so I don't know what that relates to
Yeah.
your money exchange. Um, but it's not a long read. You can read it in about 4 hours or 5 hours. It doesn't have big words in it, and
Yeah.
it talks about a lot of my medical problems, but it does it from the point, Benaiah, to give you you have a strength within you, okay? You can take the strength inside you, okay? Your heart's in you, right? Your heart's in you, inside you, it's right here, okay? But your spirit is all around you because you got a spirit from your parents, you got a spirit from your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends, neighbors, whoever. And so you learn something from them. And as you learn from them, the strength within you to push ahead, does that come from your DNA? Does it come from your childhood? Does it come from um, you having overcome problems and it makes you more resilient? Stronger to in your faith to that you can accomplish something? And if it does, then that gives you the ability to overcome adversities and roadblocks and detours down the road that get in your way. And you're
Yeah.
able to overcome that. So that's what the book's really about is the strength within you. How can you find that strength in Benaiah
Yeah.
to overcome the problems like you're asking me about?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jay. This is really amazing. And definitely, I'm going to add the link out so that my audience can easily reach out and get
Okay.
to. Yeah. Thank you. Your stories and challenge. Yeah, the success come from quitting the right things and instead show us the power of staying committed when life gets, yes, the hardest. It's really a pleasure and honor have you on the show, Jay.
I Are you asking me something now?
No, no, no. It's just more like a conclusion. It's really a pleasure and honor have you on the show.
Okay, because I'm my it's just a dialect thing. It's not a I spoke with a lady the other day from Ghana. I couldn't understand a word she said.